Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to space for unpacking South Africa's most critical political developments. If you're passionate about South African politics, governance, and public accountability, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on today's hot-button issue. Today, we're diving deep into a scandal that's once again putting the office of Deputy President Paul Mashatile under the national microscope, a scandal that not only speaks to the abuse of power and state privilege but also exposes serious weaknesses in the discipline and oversight within our security apparatus. We're talking about the infamous case involving members of Paul Mashatile's VIP Protection Unit, the very same group of elite police officers caught on video violently assaulting civilians along the N1 highway in 2023. You probably remember that viral footage. South Africans watched in collective disbelief as armed officers, tasked with protecting the nation's second highest political office, were seen kicking, dragging, and humiliating unarmed civilians. The public outrage was swift, and the 8 bodyguards were suspended in the wake of that backlash. But now, the issue is back in the headlines, not because of justice being served, but because of the shocking manner in which the disciplinary process has unfolded. According to recent revelations, the internal disciplinary hearings have dragged on for nearly a year, and during that time, these officers have displayed what senior police officials are calling stunning impunity. They have failed to attend hearings without offering any explanations. They've called in sick without presenting medical certificates. It's as if they believe the rules simply don't apply to them. And that's where the real danger lies, not just in the act of violence itself, but in the arrogance and entitlement that followed. A senior SAPS insider was quoted saying, "This isn't just about rogue officers. It's about a deeply entrenched belief that accountability is for other people." That level of defiance doesn't just emerge in a vacuum. It grows in environments where protection comes from powerful political figures, where disciplinary mechanisms are weak or compromised, and where loyalty to power takes precedence over loyalty to the Constitution and the rule of law. Let's not forget who these bodyguards report to. The VIP Protection Unit is directly tied to the office of the Deputy President. And now, there are growing concerns within the ANC itself, concerns that Paul Mashatile is either unable or unwilling to deal with the rot that's festering under his watch. The fact that these officers felt bold enough to ignore disciplinary processes suggests that they were confident someone high up had their backs. It's important to put this in context. Paul Mashatile is already under scrutiny for various allegations, including reports of a lavish lifestyle that's out of step with his public servant salary. His close political allies have been accused of manipulating state resources, and he's widely viewed as a key figure in the ANC's internal power struggles, particularly as the party prepares for what could be one of the most competitive national elections since 1994. For many in the ANC, this scandal is not just about the misconduct of a few officers, it's about what their behavior represents. The Deputy President is supposed to be a symbol of integrity and national leadership. When the people around him act with impunity, it sends a dangerous message to the rest of government and to the country at large, that power comes without accountability. One senior ANC member was blunt in their assessment: this situation could cost Paul Mashatile his position. "We're trying to rebuild public trust ahead of elections, and this kind of arrogance from those attached to the second highest office in the land makes that impossible." And it's not just ANC insiders who are concerned. Political analysts warn that the ANC's slow response to this crisis is damaging its credibility. There's a growing perception that the ruling party is unwilling to confront wrongdoing, especially when it involves those in its upper ranks. As one commentator put it, you cannot have a president calling for accountability while his deputy's office reeks of lawlessness. This perception of selective justice is especially dangerous in a country where trust in public institutions is already fragile. South Africans have watched countless officials dodge accountability while corruption scandals pile up. When something as egregious as the N1 assault happens, and is followed by nearly a year of disciplinary theater with no consequences, it deepens the belief that South Africa is governed by two sets of rules, one for the politically connected, and one for the rest of us. The big question now is, will there be consequences? As of now, the outcome of the disciplinary process remains unclear. SAPS has not provided a definitive timeline for when a decision will be made, and the officers remain suspended, but not dismissed. The ANC, too, has remained largely silent, a silence that's becoming deafening. Let's take a moment to zoom out and look at the broader implications. This is not just about Paul Mashatile or his bodyguards. This is about institutional culture. It's about the signal being sent to public servants across the country: if you're close to power, you can act with impunity. If that message is allowed to take root, then we're in serious trouble as a democracy. The VIP Protection Unit has been the subject of criticism for years. Many South Africans question why so much of our police budget is spent on protecting politicians, while ordinary people are left vulnerable to crime and violence. In 2023 alone, the government spent over R3 billion on VIP protection. That's money that could have been used for better community policing, fixing infrastructure, or improving service delivery, yet here we are, watching elite officers beat civilians and face little to no accountability for it. So, what comes next? Will the ANC finally take a stand against the culture of impunity? Will President Ramaphosa distance himself from Mashatile, or will party unity once again take precedence over public accountability? These are questions that need urgent answers. As citizens, we must stay engaged. We must continue to demand transparency, justice, and integrity from our leaders. This isn't just about political point scoring, it's about the soul of our democracy. If we allow misconduct at the top to go unpunished, we send a clear message that the system serves only the powerful, not the people. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you. This kind of deep dive is what our channel is all about, not just headlines, but real analysis of what's happening behind the scenes in South African politics. Let us know what you think in the comments. Should Mashatile be held directly accountable for his bodyguards' behavior? Do you think the ANC is serious about cleaning house, or is this more of the same old politics? We'd love to hear your views. And if you haven't already, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who care about accountability in South Africa. Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.